Yeah, I got stuff from Ron. Yeah, the Ronda situation is interesting. Before we get to that, just let me finish up on the Rumble. Story out there that Matt Riddle was winning is not true. So the only story that was correct is that once Brock Lesnar was winning for ages, right? I was saying it here on the show. Brock Roman. I mean, I've been doing that since day one, since I got here, which was maybe 6 months ago. I've been here, so it's always going to be Brock Roman. Brock was going to win the Rumble. What I said was going to happen at day one and got moved to the Rumble was exactly that. Paul Heyman screwed over Brock Lesnar in the Bobby Lashley match. He showed his loyalty to Roman. That was meant to be the finish at day one. Brock was meant to go into the Rumble and win it, and after being screwed. And the only reason they were thinking about doing anything else was because they needed to find a way for Brock to get to Saudi. That's what they've ended up doing. They did talk about if Brock didn't win, who the Raw winners would be, but there was no decision. There was nothing on Omos. Yes, Orton. Yes, Riddle. So this is dirt sheet. This is their filling the quota of we got to do 4 or 5 stories a day. There was no winner. It was Brock's going to win. Okay, if he doesn't win, who's it going to be? There was never a case of this person's winning. And there was stories out there about 20 changes.
Why did you think AJ Styles was worth a bet? You bet on AJ Styles.
Worth a bet because simply because if they were shifting over to a Raw winner, I felt like they owed AJ something because AJ has taken the option to extend his deal. AJ has gone and got vaccinated against his will. So really? AJ's over there working over at NXT with the talents as well.
So it's going to be like a reward, maybe.
He's over there helping out with Shawn Michaels, and I felt like that it was going to be a reward. That's why I felt like if they went with somebody, it would be with AJ, simply because he's been an example to the company. He didn't want to get vaccinated. He got vaccinated. He's gone over there and worked with the smaller talents. He's helped out with the wrestling at the NXT Performance Center. What else did I say? He signed that deal, and also he had the biggest following on Twitch, and he shut it down. And once they got AJ to shut it down, they could turn around to everybody and go, "Hey, Adam Cole, you." Like AJ shut it down. He had more followers than you, and he's bigger than you. So once he did that, once he played ball, then everybody else had to follow suit. So there's a lot of good standing around AJ. I'm just interested to see how it's paid off. And I just figured that the same thing with Almas, where he's got a big supporter in Undertaker. If they did shift over to a Raw guy, which would have made a lot more sense, AJ and Almas were the 2 guys that I liked. But I mean, it didn't happen. And in the end, it was Brock, like we always said. But it was never going to be Matt Riddle. The one interesting thing though about that is if there is a Raw title match and it isn't a unification match, then they feel like they don't really want to blow Randy Orton and Matt Riddle off until it's like tippy top of the card. So whether it be for the title or whether it be a main event on the pay-per-view where the champion's not there, so say it's like Roman Reigns is missing a pay-per-view or whatever, that's going to be a top feud. It's not just going to be blown off and be the second match on night one.
I still can't believe that they're not giving almost an even bigger push, especially after the riveting, and there is no other word for what I'm about to say, the riveting backstage segment when Riddle came up to him in a scooter and told him he had beautiful eyes, and almost goes, "Really?"
Yeah.
I mean, that guy's a star.
None of us saw it, but I mean, it's not they've not pulled the trigger yet, but I think there's an inevitability to it. But that AJ match, which was seen as a trial as such, and pretty much a case of, okay, let's see how he works with the guy that makes everybody look the best, and that obviously didn't come out great. So I think that's on hold, but it will happen. I don't think he's going to take any losses. Let's put it that way.